When Erie was first settled, we're looking at 1795, there were very few people coming. It really wasn't until the building of the naval fleet that was done here that you see hundreds, if not thousands, of workers and their families and business owners. From that point, the bayfront was really our industrial hub. And the reason there was so much industrial activity along the waterfront is because of transportation.
Before the arrival of trains, America's industrialists relied on the waterways. The Great Lakes were connected to the Ohio River and in turn onto the Mississippi River and Gulf of Mexico through the construction of the Erie Extension Canal.
The Extension Canal was finished in 1841. It connected Erie to Pittsburgh. If you were a passenger, you could travel from Erie to Pittsburgh in a mere 36 hours. So it makes sense then that most of our industry, or a lot of our industry, would develop along the waterfront first.
By the mid-1800s, trains began to offer an alternative form of transit for Erie's industrialists.
When the railroads were placed, they were placed both along the waterfront and further inland. 14th Street is where the railroad tracks were located, and you have this development of a new transportation source. Because the rail became the primary source of transportation, you have this development of that 12th Street industrial corridor, because those businesses then were located within 1 to 2 blocks, or in many cases right along the railroad lines.
Access to both the trains and the waterways positions Erie as a major centre for manufacturing, with a prominent tool and die industry supplying parts for other manufacturers elsewhere in the United States.
During Erie's kind of premier industrial era, 12th Street and the waterfront were heavily undesirable places, right? There would have been a lot of noise from the manufacturing that was happening there. There would have been a lot of pollutants, whether it's air pollution and or trash. So really those industrial centers were not necessarily pleasant places to live next to. So when you look at where Erie's industrial activity is occurring, for those who owned businesses within those corridors, right in the middle, 6th Street provided a great opportunity for them to build their homes away from those industrial sites, yet at the same time, they're still within no more than 6 blocks from the businesses that they own.